In 2019, 23-year-old Jake went through a phase, and that phase was being addicted to the Pokemon Fusion generator. So much so, I even made a whole entire region of Pokemon Fusions. Hi, I'm Jake, and I've been drawing Pokemon since I was 7 years old. Today's video is all about Pokemon Fusions, and I'm going to be showing off some fusions that I made in 2019 and revamping them for my new art style. And there's no better place to start than the starters of this hypothetical region. But before we get into it, I just wanted to shout out some of the amazing fusions that people in my Discord have been sharing while I've been sharing what I've been making. So I'm just going to pop them on screen now. We've got the super cute Chimlu by Demi, the awesome Shieldon and Tyrastodon by CJ Creates, and the adorable Swirlruff by Lottie. Just to quickly show off some of these old fusions as well that I made back in 2019, because I'm super proud of them, and it actually showcases how much my art style and confidence in my art has improved over time. I love that Delcatty and Wishcast fusion, and this one too. They're all pretty cool in my opinion, if I do say so myself, and I'm looking forward to remaking some of them because some of them have wild concepts, like this Xatu and Diglett fusion. I forgot to record the start of this drawing, so I'm very sorry about that. But with all of these, I wanted to add in sort of like a third concept rather than just fusing two Pokemon together. So this is Torchic and Rowlet fused with a coconut. Introducing the adorable Rowchick, the chick Pokemon and the grass type starter of this region. The whole line sort of gave me like tiki vibes, and so I wanted to expand on that, which is why I mixed in the palm trees and the coconuts. I also tried to find like a third concept that combined the fire and grass types, and really the only thing I could think of was like pumpkins, like jack-o'-lanterns, or tiki torches, because they're kind of like straw on fire, I think. And I thought that the tiki jungle theme kind of fit Decidueye and possibly Blaziken too. You get chickens in the jungle too, right? This is Combustrix, the evolution of Rowchick, and a grass and fire type. Moving on to the final evolution, this is probably my most favourite design of the bunch. Not because Blaziken is my favourite Pokemon. I don't think I've ever told you guys that, but my first Pokemon game was Sapphire. I picked Torchic, and I still have the Torchic to this day saved in Pokemon Home. Well, it's not a Torchic now, it's a Blaziken. So Blaziken has a soft spot in my heart. Decidueye is pretty cool too, and so the two cool birds obviously mash well together. It kind of gives me the Hisuian, can never say that word, Hisuian Decidueye vibes. I made the decision not to include any actual fire in the design, and I'm not sure if I regret it, but in the end I decided that it could heat up its claws to attack with. Introducing Decidueye, the final evolution of the grass type starter, and of course it gains the fire type. I went back and forth for quite a while about if I should make them dual typed grass fire, fire water, water fire, forgot the third one there, or if I could give it like the secondary type of what it was being fused with, so make it a grass fighting type, but then that would be too similar to Hisuian Decidueye. The fire starter fusion is for all the Gen 1ers out there. You guys are going to love Charmander and Totodile mashed together. There's not much really to say about it, it's literally just two lizards put together. And I couldn't really think of a third concept to tie these two together. I suppose fire and water make steam, but I'm not really sure how I could represent that in the design. Introducing the fire type starter of the region, Chardial. I don't really have much else to say about the evolution. It is literally just Charmeleon and Croconaw thrown together. I really tried to make it look like that alligator snout and give it that edgy personality that the middle stages of the starter evolutions often have. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I think it does have that badass vibe. I was quite worried that the water type doesn't come through in the design, so I interpreted Croconaw's spikes as fins and gave them that blue colouring, which I think contrasts really well with Charmeleon's red skin. Introducing Charnaw, the fire and water type. For the final evolution in this fusion line, I wanted it to really exude that powerful nature. It's a giant lizard dinosaur dragon that can breathe fire and swims really fast underwater. So I wanted it to give that apex predator kind of vibe. There you can see I used the original head from my beta drawing, I suppose you could call it, that I made in 2019. I just really liked the way I'd drawn the mouth, and I thought I need to keep that. I liked giving it the long neck. I thought you could imagine it being really slender and swimming through the sea, or at least I can. The original drawing that I made in 2019 just had that one singular fin on its back, which was inspired by Charizard's wings and Feraligatr's spines, to kind of give that shark vibe as it was swimming through the water. But then I interpreted this new fusion with a more spiny back, kind of like a Spinosaurus, where you'd see all of the fins coming towards you. So this is Charizard, the fire and water type. I'm really proud of those last minute design choices to give it the fins under its arms. I think it's just what it needed to combine the fire and water types. Moving on to the water starter, I originally combined Chespin and Oshawott. I really love Oshawott, but I hate Samurott. Sorry everyone. So I played around combining a few grass and water type starters and settled on this pairing because I really like the sprites. I thought that they were really interesting, and it gave me the inspiration of like kelp and seaweed and also bubbles. So this is Popspin, the water starter. It was the middle evolution of the water starter that I was most excited to draw, and it was that combination of Brienne and Quilladin, that big round body and the frilly bits that made me excited to draw it. I was thinking, should I make it encased in like a big bubble, you know, because like Popio blows bubbles and Quilladin is a big round boy. But in the end, I just gave it more of a chunkier body shape and just stuck to the bubbles on its head and nose. You might have noticed the singing opera lady in the bottom corner, and that's the third inspiration for this slime. You know, because Primarina sings and Chesnaught is a knight. I thought it was the perfect fusion. Introducing Brilladin, the water and grass type Pokemon. So if you've stuck around long enough in this video, firstly thank you, and secondly sorry, because this next design is probably one of the most weirdest designs that I have ever made. I can't say that I'm 100% happy with the design. I did try my best though, I promise. I am happy, however, with the pose. I think that it really gets across that opera singing vibe that I was going for. Looking back at it now, I feel like putting the bubble around its body actually distracts from the design and makes it too over-designed. But the theme that I was going for was inspired by that Primarina sprite that you can see there, using Chesnaught's big shell but making it a bubble because of Primarina. Also, looking at the starter trio that I've made, I felt like it needed that more feminine energy and also more of a defensive mon. You've got the speedy Decidueye and the really strong and powerful Charizard. And now, the final evolution of the water starter is Primarina, a water and grass type Pokemon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And let me know down below which starter you're going to be picking and which fusion was your favourite. I personally really enjoyed this project, and I'm hoping I could do more in the future if you guys like it too. It could even link to that Pokemon fusion and fishing idea that I had. So if you haven't watched that, go and watch my Faketober challenge video, because in the middle of that, there was a really cool concept that I liked and I'd like to develop further in the future. If you've any ideas for Pokemon fusions, let me know down below. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys, bye.